Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
Hey, Ola, it's Miles. Thank you guys for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast.
Have you heard our newest podcast? It's called The Greatest Story Never Told.
Download it today on radio.com. Be sure to subscribe. New episodes are uploaded every Tuesday at noon.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Coming up, the return of Who Sucks Less, but first time for a few emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com. Gentlemen, last year on this day, my wife and I welcomed our baby girl, and what a year it has been. From late nights to nights with no sleep, it has all been worth it. I get what it means to be a father of a little girl like you, Miles and Thrill. No, we did not go with your excellent suggestions of Hazel, Mabel, Rhonda, or Dolores Enos. I mean, I really fought hard for Enos. I saw absolutely no downside to that, but instead we celebrate the first birthday of Madison Juniper. Keep on rocking, guys, and I'll keep listening on the old phonograph. That from Jordan. How about a little kid fish sandwich, if we could, there from Madison?
Fish sandwich!
Guys, want to wish our beautiful daughter, Charlotte, a happy 6th birthday. How about Coach Ted talking about pizza and ice cream for dinner and going to bed on time so Dad can watch the Sounders? We love you, Charlotte, and that from Mom and Dad.
Oh, how old is she? 7?
6.
6. All right, I'm guessing you're still in the cheese pizza years, which is fine. Coach still likes cheese pizza. But pizza and ice cream, I don't care if you're 7, 27, 77. That's a meal of champions. Now what you do is you eat that pizza. And maybe you say, hey, Dad, how about a scoop of ice cream after the first piece of pizza? Eat the second piece. Get that second scoop. And then make sure we hit the bed on time. Dad needs to watch the Sounders.
Bitches, today's my best friend Derek's 26th birthday. Can you please give me your penis is too small? And maybe all the dirty Italians. The dirty Italians.
Oh, no.
Thank you, guys. That would be from Cody in Boston, Massachusetts.
Oh, hey, it's your authentic Italian accent here, but mine just some from under.
From under's a cheese, Ted.
Hey, the cheese.
It's a stinky cheese.
Hey.
Oh, hey. Real Italian accent, huh?
Real Italian.
Yeah. What do all of us Italians say? Mozzarella.
All right, that was an attempt. Okay, let's see.
I don't know. Real Italian accent.
I think I can cuss it.
What's like an Italian word?
Yeah.
Manja.
Manja's one. Yeah.
That just means eat.
What's that?
Caca means the S word.
What about like
Ciao.
Bellissimo? Ciao?
Ciao.
I can cuss, so I'm afraid to.
All right.
Gentlemen, I've been listening since I went to art school here in Baltimore, Maryland, where I learned that Walt Disney based Mickey on blackface.
Yeah.
That means if you're high enough, you can come to the conclusion that Ted has been doing blackface for years. So for my birthday, can I get the mouse...
Audio blackface.
Can I get the mouse explaining himself while Thrill looks at him with his arms crossed and just saying, thanks, guys, and cheers. That from Juan, who says, P.S. If you can't do that, the Captain Crunch is fine, too.
Oh, no.
Since nobody I know is listening,
That's a bad setup, Juan.
I'd like to request a birthday
Walt
shout-out.
Disney was racist, not Mickey.
A birthday shout-out for my 37th birthday. I would like a random assortment of sound effects, and then Ozzy Ted, Big Al Gore, and Captain Crunch talking all over each other about golf. Thanks, guys. That from James in Everett.
Oh my God! What the is that, bro? You like that? You like that?
Every time I play golf, I try my best. Like white dimpled balls. Here they are.
That's what I like.
Right
Right in the hotel.
Yeah, like that.
Get them a sun all over.
It's like Rip and Make.
Walsh, my dimpled white balls.
Crunchberries.
Please wish my buddy douchebag Kyle, pronounced DBK, a happy birthday with a big old bong rip and a happy Chinooka. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it.
Happy Chinooka.
Yes, we got more smoky.
I love that man and his music.
Guys, it's Nicholas, a.k.a. Nick Rock's 40th birthday. That's me. Today, I'll always remember meeting you guys at the 200th episode event. My buddy was Bob Balls, and it was fun when the crowd was cheering on when he got to try Ted versus the FCC. Everyone cheering Bob Balls. That was awesome. I can't wait to see you guys again. In the meantime, can I get the Dirty German saying something in my honor? Thanks so much, guys. That from Nick.
Yeah, it's quite simple. We will play a game that is very similar to your friend's name. You know your friend Bob Balls. You know bobbing for apples.
Yeah, maybe it's this Nick guy can just do something that rhymes with his name.
Yeah, Nick with the big old...
Oh, I was going to say Nick likes to...
Bitches, Ola from Alstom in Hornell, New York. All of us want to send a birthday wish to our coworker Jason, a.k.a. F this place. I don't want to be here. On his 41st trip around Uranus. Congratulations on the promotion. Can you get a Pat Sajak and the D? A penis is too small, and the Dirty German's talking about Jason making the pipes fit on high-speed trains. Thanks for all you guys do. Lots of love from Keith, Sue, Tom the Zero, Trey, Jesse, Ben, Amos, and the Trickster.
She wants a D, and she's going to get one.
Yeah, of course you have to make the pipes fit on the high-speed train. You have less time to make the pipes fit.
Yeah, you know, sometimes when the pipes fit correctly, also trains move at high speeds.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry.
I make the pipes fit in the bathrooms.
Yeah, sometimes the pipes, they don't fit that tight, so the train takes forever. It's like it's still on coal.
Guys, in the spirit of COVID 2020, we ain't doing jack. It's both my husband and I's birthday and anniversary. Today, normally we write from an exotic location, but today it's from our boring couch in Pacifica, California. Can we please get a big old Leroy Jenkins and a cut that bitch off? Next caller. Thank bitches. We love you. That from Justin and Patricia.
Let's do this. Leroy Jenkins.
Wait for it.
Cut that bitch off. Next caller.
Guys, it's Jason's 45th rotation around the big orange ball. How about the Dirty German's recommendation for a guy with 2 kids and 1 in the oven? Thank you guys. Appreciated that from Jason.
Yeah, instead of celebrating a rotation around the big orange ball, why don't you celebrate on the big black ball?
Yeah, see, he has the 2 kids and so 1 ounce away. My advice for you would be have one last party. Invite your friends over and tell them all, see you fellas in like 18 years.
No, it does not say here it's 1 ounce away. It's 1 in the oven. Here's a cannibal.
Guys!
So miss you fellas.
Ola Macholas, it's our buddy Joe Groob's 50th birthday today.
Oh, all right.
Mayor meltdown.
Give him your penis is too small, because we talked to his wife.
Actually, that was sent in from Martine.
Oh, I see. Please wish my man Ryan a happy birthday and have the Dirty Germans tell him how distinguished 50-year-old men are. Hee. And a burp fart. Thanks, guys. That from Crystal.
Yeah, it's a beauty of being 50 years old. You are quite distinguished, except for your receding hairline and your pubes.
Yeah, it's all gray, kind of like my beard. You know, but it does look distinguished. Sometimes the younger girls, so like in their 30s, so like, oh, it's hooking up with Santa Claus.
Guys, want to wish a happy birthday to my dad, Tom. Thanks to him, I'm now a big fan of the show. So how about Coach Ted giving him some advice to help his golf game? Cheers, guys. That from Kyle. Oh, chipping advice, Ted, specifically.
Oh, all right. Well, listen, Coach can't tell you this. The simplest thing, if you want to cheat and have more than 14 clubs, get one of those lob wedges. But you're not worried about that. We're worried about chipping. We're close enough. Me, I go 7-iron. Probably the same stroke I would use on the putting surface, just with my 7-iron. If I'm a little farther away, I might choke up on that thing, put it back in my stance, get a little arch on it.
That is great advice. Also, keep your feet a little bit closer together and keep your left arm straight. All of it, Joel. Today's my boyfriend.
I played 1 year JV golf, Miles.
Today's my boyfriend Dave's 54th trip around the sun. Would you please have the Dirty Germans tell him all the naughty things that I'm going to do to him tonight? That from Katrina.
Yeah, Katrina. She's going to do many naughty things to you tonight. But what she's going to do to make it extra special is do them all on me first so you can watch and be prepared.
Yeah, so that's going to be the naughtiest part. Just watching 2 Germans go to town on what should be your birthday gift.
Guys, happy birthday to my hubby Tom on his 62nd birthday. Longtime listener would be surprised to hear I finally made this request. Please wish Tom a well-deserved Viking toast, skull, and some dirty German trash talk. And throw in an Alan Thick, just because we're Canadian, eh? But from your neighbors to the north, go Huskies. Thank you from Julie the wife.
Yeah, tonight I'm going to have you blow out the candle. But the candle's not made of wax. It is made out of penis.
Yeah, it's usually the candle you just blow once and you move on. With this one, you need to concentrate to make sure the flame gets all the way out.
Yeah, this one fights back.
So it's one of those trick candles. And it's the end. Icing.
Yeah, keep blowing.
All right, guys, here we go. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans, brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
Now, the men's room wants to know who sucks less?
Yay! Time for Who Sucks Less. Stephen Thrill Hill, you bring us 3 stories from the news each and every week. All of them suck to some degree, but it's up to us to determine out of the 3 stories which one sucks the least. Now, if you like KISW on Twitter, the debate is already underway on Who Sucks Less.
Oh, yeah, man. We'll be visiting the fine state of Florida. We'll go to Utah, and, of course, we'll go out to California because why not? But let's start in Florida. And this one should speak to both you and our very own Mike Hogg, because you were both Boy Scouts in former life. And in this case, a trip to the Florida Keys. It got off to a sour start for 2 groups of Boy Scouts from Georgia who said they secured accommodations through Airbnb for a house that didn't even exist. Now, troop leader Scott Mulkey and his troops, that would be 5506 and 506 from Northeast Georgia, they had planned their Florida Keys getaway for some snorkeling, fishing, and camping. He said, quote, "It's more of a once-in-a-lifetime sort of thing that most scouts do." Well, for part of the trip, the two troops booked 2 Airbnb rentals that could hold all 24 of them. But before they even made it to South Florida, they started to realize that both of their separate bookings seemed, quote-unquote, off. But that's because it appeared they'd rented the same house, but through different guests. So they reached out to Airbnb and the host, and they were told that the listings were completely legitimate. But once they showed up, they arrived to find, well, no houses at all, but they found mangroves and marshland. And after finding an empty lot, Mulkey recorded a video to document his disappointment and frustration. He had some, colorful things to say, but an Airbnb spokesman, he said, look, they're going to fully refund them. And he wrote in a statement, quote, "This type of situation is extremely rare." In other words, they normally have houses available when you rent one. But when it happens, we take action to protect the entire, blah, blah, blah. He said all the right things, but in the end, somebody duped the scouts out of their money. And, they got the houses didn't even exist. It does, but I chuckled a little. Now let's move to Utah. Good old-fashioned Utah. They're above board, aren't they? Aren't they? The family of a Utah teen with Down syndrome was taken aback after discovering she wasn't included in her cheerleading squad's high school yearbook photo. 14-year-old Morgan Arnold. She was omitted from the group shot with Shoreline Junior High School in the 2020-2021 yearbook. Arnold, who was the team manager, by the way, and knew all of the squad's routines by heart, was, quote, devastated by the news. Well, her family took to Facebook to clarify that Arnold's fellow cheerleaders, who had been her friends all year, they were not responsible. Rather, the issue stems from what they say, those above them. School officials, of course, when they were reached, they issued an apology, but they claimed that the published yearbook image, it was one of 2 photos taken, that they made a mistake, you see, because one photo featured Morgan, the other did not. The school picked the one where she was not in it. Anyway, they promised to look at what has occurred and why it occurred. I'm just going to go out on a limb. I think I might know. Either way, the yearbooks are done. It's published. It doesn't matter.
Nothing to do with it.
And now, let's go to California. An Uber Eats driver stole a family's 18-year-old cat from the front yard before dropping the food delivery to the neighbor upstairs. A surveillance camera captured the moment that an unnamed delivery driver scooped up the cat, put it in a brown paper bag, put it in the back seat of her car. Patrick Lewis of Studio City, California, said he realized that his cat, whose name is Hog, was missing and immediately started asking neighbors if they knew anything about it. One of Lewis's neighbors said an unrecognized woman picked the cat up. Another neighbor said they had security surveillance footage of the cat, so maybe we should check that out. Well, the Uber Eats driver apparently took Hog's collar off and left that on the sidewalk. And then another one of Lewis's neighbors watched the video and said, that was a woman working for Uber Eats who delivered her food a few days prior. The neighbor still had the delivery receipt, which showed the driver's first and last name. Now, Lewis called Uber Eats about the incident and said that he and his family were not mad at the driver, but they were heartbroken simply because they wanted Hog home. Quote, "My kids ask over and over again, When's Hog coming home? When's Hog coming home? We just want our cat back. That's all we want. Now, Uber Eats, they did issue a statement basically calling the driver's actions unacceptable. In case you didn't know, Uber Eats does frown on their drivers stealing your pets. I guess that's good news. Anyway, Lewis said he found Hog when she was just a kitten back when he lived in Brooklyn 18 years ago. And the elderly cat was loved by neighbors and the subject of drawing contests for the neighborhood children. The children would also make outfits for Hog, but Hog is no longer there.
Hog didn't make it back yet?
The cat has not been returned yet. I do not know the fate of Hog. I do not know if the driver's been reprimanded. At the time of this publishing, Hog has simply been snatched up and has not been returned. So, again, like I said, we call this the Messing with Kids edition. You have the two Boy Scout troops. They're from Georgia, but they're heading to Florida to get some water action, but the Airbnb ended up being a complete scam. The address they showed up at, it's just marshland. We have the student in Utah. She has Down syndrome. She was on the cheerleading team, but in the yearbook, somehow she did not make it into the photo that they included in the yearbook, in spite of being the captain of the team. And then finally, the Uber Eats driver who stole the beloved Hog the cat, 18-year-old cat that the neighborhood kids just loved and loved and loved.
I will say this. They know the name of the driver. They know her employer. I would hope they were able to get the cat back. We don't know that, but I'm just going to go under the assumption, based on what I think sucks less, that they got their cat back, okay? Because that just, there's no way.
What if they didn't?
Then this would not be the same. But either way, I'm pretty sure the student in Utah, that yearbook has been published.
It's done, right?
You can apologize. That's never gone away. Right. And she was the head of the cheerleading squad. She knew all the cheers.
Yes,
that pissed me off when I read that one.
Right. So, and you already took the picture.
You took two pictures.
Right. Yeah.
One she's in, one she's not. She's the captain of the goddamn team. Mm-hmm. And like they said, they're not sure what happened, but it didn't make it in.
I'm kind of torn on which one sucks less.
That's what I'm saying. I know which one I think sucks.
It's not supposed to be easy, fellas.
The cat's super old already. Mm-hmm. So,
but it's a legend.
I know.
The neighborhood kids love it, Ted.
But that cat was probably on its way out either way, right? That's harsh. It's just, it's life. Now, the Boy Scouts,
did they get a hotel? I mean,
they did get a hotel.
Did they not have tents? I mean, they're the Boy Scouts.
Right.
I mean, it's mean what they did to the organization, but it wasn't like, I mean, do you pay?
They got their money back.
They got their money back. So I'm just like, how prepared were we, Boy Scouts?
Okay. If the case is that the cat got home, I'm going to agree with Ted and that it was the Boy Scouts that sucked the least.
All right, but what if the cat didn't?
If the cat did not make it home, and right now we do not know,
then the Boy Scouts really still suck the least.
Okay, so you still go with the Boy Scouts?
Yeah. I mean,
would it be better for that family if they had to go through the pain of the dad taking it to Pet Solutions and never shows up?
Mm-hmm. I think so, because then you say goodbye on your own terms, Ted.
Debate continues on Who Sucks Less. If you follow KISW on Twitter, you are listening to The Men's Room.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
99.9 KISW. Yeah! You're in the men's room.
Coming up in just a few minutes, we will drink, we will toast with a shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way 1 hour from now. But first, quick check-in with Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
All right, Reddit has conquered, gentlemen. White Square Capital, the hedge fund that shorted GameStop, is shutting down.
No, they did what they set out to do.
That's right. They got their money. Bye. 44% of Americans say they hit the, quote, lowest emotional point of their lives during the pandemic.
Well, that's fair. It's kind of unprecedented times.
Mm-hmm. It was.
And there was no good news going on when it went on. So it's not like there's the pandemic. But the good news is everyone's behaving accordingly and we're getting along. Like, everything sucks.
I don't know anyone until they had a crazier year in their life than that. I know people have.
Sure.
Doing all kinds of different things. But as far as the majority of everyone is concerned, that's definitely a benchmark.
But there's a bit of a mental hula hoop that you go through when you're in solitary confinement.
Yeah, look, I have said before, like, there's like one or two things I enjoy. Like, I'll do more video calls with family members that maybe are a little older that don't live near here. But to act like that was a good year, like, that's a lot. It sucked. It sucked for everybody. I'm so happy it's over.
Some positives came from it. Bad year.
Yeah. I heard talking to somebody 2 weeks ago. They were like, well, I didn't mind it that much. They were like, what about you? And we're like, F that. No. Not doing that again.
Right.
Like, it was a really bad meal, but you were like, but the homemade ketchup on the fries was good.
Right.
I got food poisoning, and the fries were soggy, and my meal was cold, so it's like, there were a few decent things.
They brought me the wrong drink.
Right.
But I ain't going back for the ketchup. McDonald's in California is offering vaccinations at some of their locations, and they'll give one free menu item if you get vaccinated.
Is it one item, or can I get a meal?
My guess is it's got to be one item.
Okay,
man.
Is there a caveat? So they got a 4-piece McNugget?
Right.
They got a 20-piece McNugget.
I would say that's still the one item. If it is an item on your menu.
Okay, you know what? All right.
Or they're going to make a vaccination menu. I don't know.
How pissed would you be?
I mean, I'm going 20-piece or a Big Mac.
Which one are you picking up?
You got to get most for your money.
Yeah, you got to get one, though.
I mean, if I get the 20-piece, I'm going 20-piece.
Do they still have those fancy burgers? They used to have burgers that had a little bit more work done on them. It wasn't quite the factoried out. Like, they had the nice lettuce, they had the good tomato, they had the good cheese on there. I mean, it was an expensive burger. Back in the days of the Big and Tasty, I missed that doggone thing. But I felt like they had some, they like spiced up the quarter pounder a little bit more.
No, they don't have those anymore.
They're just going straight plain burgers.
Yeah.
These days.
You know what, though? I feel like McDonald's, at least it's like if Jack in the Box did this, there's too much to choose from.
That's fact.
Oh, the other thing with McDonald's is the breakfast menu available.
Ooh.
Right? Because we assume it's just burgers and all that, but I'm thinking, hey, man, the breakfast menu that Miles always misses.
Only if you get vaccinated before 10:30.
That's probably exactly how it is.
I'd probably try for something that I hadn't tried before, like their chicken sandwiches or something like that.
Ooh,
their grilled chicken.
good call. Okay.
Like, go for that. Like something I don't quite want to spend money on because I don't know if I'm going to like it or not.
Apparently that Wendy's sandwich is legit.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. According to my daughter.
Is this grilled or fried?
This is the chicken sandwich they've been working on for 2 years to compete with Popeyes, and Chick-fil-A, and all those others.
But Wendy's already had it.
They already had a really good chicken sandwich.
They had like a chicken cordon bleu. They had one with ham and Dijon mustard on it.
Mm-hmm. Wendy's is the sleeper restaurant, man.
It is.
Great. They used to have the best fries. Then everybody started changing everything. I love their fries. Mm-hmm. Just needed to be salted.
Miles likes the baked potato.
And a chili.
You get the baked potato at Wendy's?
No, last time I was there, I got the Baconator and a chili.
Oh, you had a Baconator.
Animal. Oh, there it is. Well done.
Finally did.
A man in Connecticut was arrested early Sunday morning for a DUI, and he also happens to be a state trooper.
Ooh. So how does that shake out?
My guess is he got charged with a DUI. You know, I've seen a couple videos on the TikToks where a cop pulls somebody over and whoever they've pulled over has just done a massive stupid.
Yeah.
And they say, "Oh, no worries, man, I'm a cop." You know, they try to show their badge, and he said, "No. You know better than this. This one's gonna hurt."
Right. You have less excuse than anyone
right.
else.
I mean, it might depend on the other officer's discretion and how messed up the guy is.
Yeah.
And if you're mouthing off, I think inevitably it comes down to that. Like, you'll probably get a little slack because, you're a cop. But if you're still a jackass, like the average non-person in that case, then, like, we're going to go slack.
There ain't no brotherhood here. We're going to take you down. Coors is introducing a boozy ice cream.
Nice.
Okay. I'll give it a shot.
For me, as long as it's not beer flavored. You know, an alcoholic ice cream, I'd get behind that, but I don't think tasty, delicious, sweet, frozen treat when I think of beer.
You don't, but if you're going more on the yeasty or hoppy side of the flavor, with something like vanilla, I don't think it's so bad. Oh,
good.
I'm probably out then, right? Because that's more like fruit flavored-ish, I'm guessing.
If it's not doing anything for my buzz, it's like the alcohol flavored candies.
I got you.
When I was a kid, I thought it was the coolest thing. Like, I'm eating alcohol.
Well, no, they actually do have alcohol in them. They are a boozy ice cream.
Yeah,
right. But I'm saying, like, if I get a buzz, you're like, okay, just like I wouldn't drink O'Doul's because I don't want a beer that's not going to get me on the path.
Correct. Right. Yes.
No, I'm with you.
I just think about desserts that have alcohol in them in the winter. You know what I mean?
Sure, but
like ice cream with like Bailey's or fruit with Grand Marnier.
The ice cream with Bailey's. I'm down with that.
All right.
Actually, my aunt made a rum cake once. I think I was 12. I ate 2 pieces and I got drunk.
Yeah, I mean, I cook men's room sausage a lot of time in beer. Not that beer doesn't get in there, and it doesn't have already beer in it.
Yeah,
it
there's beer in
it.
it.
Doesn't get you drunk.
Makes it better.
Because you're not
still tasty.
drinking your broth.
Right.
Right, exactly. A mother dressed as a fox to scare her daughter who's afraid of mascots.
What did she say?
Honestly, it was a photo from a coffee shop worker that this gal had come in, and she was dressed as a fox. So she asked her, like, hey, what's with the getup? She says, my daughter's afraid of mascots, so I'm going to chase her down the street when I see her.
And she flew in from out of town to do this.
Nice.
So her daughter doesn't even know she's in town, much less who the hell it is who's going to chase her down the street.
I love it.
Missed you, Mom.
It turns out that not everybody agrees on what staycation means. Some believe it means that you just stay home and relax. Others believe it's when you stay somewhere else in your city. And 10% of people say that you can leave town as long as you're not far from home.
I thought it was just you're stuck at home.
That's kind of what I thought when it came to staycation. You're just sitting back and relaxing at your actual house. You're staying home for a
I
week.
feel
all
like I
had that.
started hearing it, right, when COVID hit, because people had vacations planned, and then they're trying to make everyone feel better. You know, like, Good Morning America. Hey, have you tried the staycation? It's like a vacation, but you stay at home. I'm like, oh, I get it. So it's nothing like a vacation.
Right, but staycation was already a term.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. I mean, I've been using it for years because sometimes, like, people take trips or whatever, but I didn't have one planned. So I was like, yeah, I'm still using vacation time. I'm just going to bars during the day or whatever because I'm not at work.
A lot of people moved out of the city during the pandemic just because they could remotely work from home.
Sure.
They could live out in the middle of nowhere and get more room in their home and have more things to do. And, you know, if you have one of those houses that have amenities, that have things, like whether it's a pool table or a pool or you got dirt bikes or whatever you like to do, you know what I mean? It's a little bit easier than if you just live like in a 2-bedroom place.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But I also think staycation, I think it's about staying in town.
Yes. I
It's
agree
like,
with that.
like
Yeah,
over
for sure.
Christmas, I stayed at a hotel, but it was only a few blocks from my house. I still counted that as a staycation.
Yeah.
Sure.
That was fun because I was in a hotel and got room service, but
Right.
I think you got to leave town unless and then you're just, if you're in
Right.
town. Yeah.
If I go to a fancy condo over in Hawaii and just stay in the condo the entire time, I'm still on vacation.
Right.
So, let's see here. An analytics company wanted to determine which states enjoy the most ice cream. So they looked at consumer data from ice cream shops nationwide and compared those numbers with the local population. So for you guys, I have the top 10 states that buy the most ice cream per person. Any possible guesses on who might be on this list? Yeah, per person. So this isn't just, you can't quite cheat and just say Texas because they've got a massive population. Or
No, I'm going to
California or
say
anything like
Texas because of the people I know in Houston. And they
love
look
ice
like
cream.
they might eat a lot of ice cream.
I'll say Georgia.
Georgia.
Oh,
See,
that's
it's
strong.
hot
With the
and-
con pie, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not a bad
Georgia.
call. Ted, any guesses there on who might be buying the most ice cream per person?
You know what? Honestly, I think I'm going to go with Jersey just because how long their shore is and boardwalks.
All right, here we are. The top 10 states that buy the most ice cream per person. Number 10, Mississippi.
It's hot.
Right there on Miles' train there where, sorry. No, I just read the wrong list. That's the states that don't buy the most ice cream.
Oh, well, then
My
I
bad.
guess I'm
Number
not
10 is
gonna
actually
do well.
Pennsylvania.
Sure.
Yeah, they got a lot of creameries up there and all that kind of thing.
Breyer's ice cream comes out of there.
Oh, no kidding. Love Breyers. Great one. Number 9, Rhode Island. The state that apparently is just angry at everybody now needs the most ice cream.
Rhode Island's a state that hates itself, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And everybody else. They're just an angry little state.
Well, maybe that's why they eat so much ice cream.
Well,
Why
you
did we
figure
say
it
they're
would-
angry?
Various other surveys that I've read.
All right.
Just angry people.
They're an angry folk in
I think
Rhode
they were
Island.
like one of the top 10 rudest states, one of the top 10 most hated states, something like that.
They're loaded. I mean, they're
Right.
like Connecticut on steroids with money. So, I mean,
Oh,
it's kind
God.
of hard for them. I have no sympathy.
We buy the fancy ice cream.
Yeah.
Top 10 states that buy the most ice cream per person. Number 8, Arkansas.
Yeah, you got to have something.
Lake Ozark.
There you go. They need the ice cream.
I equate eating ice cream with being somewhere in the summer.
I do too.
Yeah.
Number 7, Miles, with the same logic as Pennsylvania. What is another state that might have a pretty massive creamery?
Ohio.
Yeah.
Vermont.
Oh,
God.
Right, Ben and Jerry's. That makes a ton of sense.
Number 6, Kansas.
Sure. I mean, it's flat. What else are you going to do?
Exactly. Kind of the same thing as Arkansas. You gotta have something. Top 10 states that buy the most ice cream per person. Number 5 is Florida.
I believe a lot of old people and it's hot.
Right.
Right? You don't
go
need
there-
teeth to eat it, and it's hot outside. I mean, seriously.
And you have Disney World in the middle.
Oh, God.
Like, that's a rule in my family.
Sure.
No matter your age, everybody gets ice cream every day.
Do they make Mickey Mouse shaped ice cream at Disney
They
World?
have a Mickey
Yes.
Mouse- yeah, they have a pop.
Yeah.
Like, do they? No, ice cream. I'm talking like they put one scoop on the cone and then they put two little ear scoops on either side of it.
Those aren't his ears. Remember, we discussed that off air.
That's not his ears.
It's his undercarriage. He's been tricking kids for years.
I'm not sure, because there's a Mickey head that has cookies and cream, and I would get that almost every day.
Oh, I love it. Maybe you just do one scoop of ice cream and like 2 Oreos for his ears. There you go.
Again, they're not ears.
Disney, talk to me. Top 10 states that buy...
Learn how to make some money for a change.
I'm going to make y'all rich. Top 10 states that buy the most ice cream per person. Number 4, New York.
Yeah.
Is it just because it's close to everything and you know what? Let's grab an ice cream. I'm not
just
good at
availability, the number of people. But, I mean, it's not like it is the hottest place in the world. At least not in the wintertime, but...
And I never think, hey, let's go down to the corner and grab ourselves an ice cream. Let's get a scoop.
But I feel like New Yorkers do that stuff.
Okay.
Especially when you live in the like if you live out in Brooklyn or something, like you're in those little
still have Buffalo and Rochester and Syracuse, lovely Utica.
Yep.
Number 3, Ted, you got it. New Jersey.
Boom. Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Top 10 states that buy the most ice cream per person. Number 2, Oklahoma.
Interesting.
So we're dancing all around Miles' Georgia there.
Yeah. No rhyme or reason to this, really.
Not really.
Just, they buy the most.
And this is the number 1 state that buys the most ice cream per person. Nobody called it. Number 1 is California.
That makes a ton of sense.
Sheer population, you got all those miles of beach that you can go on there. It's the perfect summertime food, not to mention it feels like just a more relaxed summertime state.
Yeah.
So
and California has some great creameries.
Really?
They have unbelievable ice cream, man. You go down there, you're like, this is the best ice cream cone.
Is it all just local brands, or do they have any like massive creameries that we might have heard of from up here?
You know what? I'll tell you the one. It starts with an F, and I can't remember what the hell the name of it is.
Friars.
Yeah.
There's Dryers, Briars. Let's go Friars. Real quick rundown of the states that do not buy the least ice cream per person. You already know about Mississippi at number 10. Number 9, South Dakota. That's just because it's cold as hell.
I'll say Alaska.
Number 8 is Idaho. Number 7, Kentucky. Really, you're at the Kentucky Derby, you're not going to get ice cream?
No.
Come on.
You're drinking mint juleps.
That's fair.
What are you, 12?
Number 6, Louisiana. Number 5, West Virginia.
Okay.
They do not like ice cream over there in West Virginia, Miles.
I don't like a lot of things. Possible. Maybe they can't afford it.
I mean, no, I'm not going to go there. Number 4, Ted, there it is, Alaska. Number 3, Wyoming. See, and that one shocks me a little bit. Maybe it is just cold in the wintertime, but I feel like you're out there on the range. Grab yourself some ice cream.
But there's not a ton of people, so I mean, how many ice cream shops
per capita?
It's per person, yeah.
But you still think, like, I'm a cowboy, and I like my ice cream.
Now, it's a massive 5-gallon tub of vanilla that's in his freezer, but he's still got ice cream. Least states that buy the least ice cream per person. Number 2 is Alabama, and number 1, Minnesota.
Okay. That makes sense.
All right.
Right. Again,
Alabama, you would think, eats a lot more ice cream.
You'd hope.
Ice cream I'm thinking of is called McConnell's.
Totally starts with an F.
I know. That's why I was like,
if you're illiterate, yes.
Trust me. I realized that when I saw it. I was like, that doesn't start with an F.
A man in Florida was arrested with drugs, but where they were found makes them a little less desirable.
Where were they found?
I really don't want to tell you, but I will 1 hour from now.
Don't give me the shaft like that. Okay, headlines are on the way 1 hour from now. In the meantime, let's get a contestant on the line for 206-421-ROCK. First, have we made it to drinking time?
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.